Chapter 8 Playing with the Constructions Artwork. Here we can see different circles and using the circles and different shapes. Here from the center to the circle, that distance is called radius. The distance between the center and any point on the circle is called the radius of the circle. Where the compass is touching, that point is called center, and the distance from the center to the circle, that is called radius. Here a person, how will you draw this? For that, first we have to make a square. For that, first we have to draw a line 4 centimeter and using the protractor 90 degree square. We know that all angles are 90 degree. So mark that 90 degree both the edge. Then there also 4 centimeter. So it's a square with 4 sides, all sides with 4 centimeter. And here we can mark the midpoint of that line AB, that is 2 centimeter. Here we can mark the midpoint. From there 2 centimeter up. Just mark a point here, and that's the center for a circle. After that, mark the midpoint M of this side. If you are marking that side as AB, midpoint AM is equal to 2 centimeter. AB, that is same as 4 centimeter, and AM is equal to BM, that is 2 centimeter. M is the midpoint. From here mark another point P, that also 2 centimeter. PM is equal to 2 centimeter. And take radius 1.5 centimeter. Radius as 1.5. 1.5 centimeter. P as the center. Draw a circle. Then join PB using the scale. These 2 points just join. This we had to remove it, rub it after that. So just by dotted line we can join that. After that, take this radius in your compass from PB as the radius and draw an arc here. This is the arc. Then remove all the dotted lines. We will get the picture or the figure same as that person. Now we got the same picture. For that, once more what we did, first we had to draw a square, 4 centimeter measurement. Each side, square means all sides are equal. This side by dotted line, that also 4 centimeter. And find the midpoint of that. If we are giving the name for that, A, B, C, D. So this length, after 2 centimeter, we can put the point here. We can mark that as M. From here 2 centimeter up, mark another point P. Then the radius of the circle, that is 1.5 centimeter. Take 1.5 centimeter, P as the center, draw a circle. Then join P and C by dotted line, this one, like this way. And then take PC as the radius, P as the center, PC as the radius. Then draw the arc. You will get this arc. After that, remove all dotted lines, this one, all the other points except this circle and curve, the square part. So we will get the exact picture same as the textbook. Next is wavy wave. say straight. For that, first we have to draw a straight line of any measurement. If you are taking 8 centimeter, mark that the midpoint after 4 centimeter. Again, get the midpoint of that and this circle. Then take that as the radius, draw the semicircle. Here we are taking 8 centimeter as the line segment and mark the fourth midpoint 2 centimeter, 6 centimeter. You can mark that as the center. Then take the compass and from the center till that's 2 centimeter here. That is the radius. And this point as the center, draw a semicircle. Semicircle. Then take this as the center, this point as the center, there down, draw another semicircle. Now we can mark that as here if you want any name. You are getting 2 semicircles. Then we can give the shade same as that. This wavy wave. Here first we have taken 8 centimeter. That means AB. Length of AB is 8 centimeter. We can give the name here O. AO is equal to, O is the midpoint, OB, that is equal to 4 centimeter. Again here from this as 2 centimeter. So 2 centimeter as the radius. This point as the center, draw the semicircle. Again from here with the same radius 2 centimeter. Here figure it out. Page number 191. What radius should be taken in the compass to get the half circle? Here 8 centimeter. Then we have to, the diameter as 4 centimeter. Till here 4 centimeter. So the radius we have to take again half of that. That means 2 centimeter. So we can write, to get this half circle, we have to take 2 centimeter radius. What should be the length of AX? That is 2 plus 2, 4 or half of 8, 4 centimeter. Take a central line of different length and try to draw the wave of it. Any measurement you can take, and the midpoint first you have to mark half of that length. Again one more time take the half and that will be the radius. Here if you are taking 10 centimeter as the length of the central line, here AB 10 centimeter, AB in this case that is 10 centimeter. So this point O, AO is equal to, from here BO, that is equal to half of that measurement 10 centimeter, that means 5 centimeter. Again the center of that semicircle, radius O, from here to here, we are giving a name M. AM will be the radius. That AM is equal to OM. That is equal to again half of this. Half of 5, which is equal to 2.5. So take 2.5 centimeter as the radius. M as the center, draw a semicircle here. Same way here N as the center, draw semicircle here. You will get the wave with a different measurement. Third question, try to recreate the figure where the waves are smaller than a half circle. That means no need full half circle, smaller than that. An appearing neck of the figure in a person. The challenge here to both the waves. So for that we have to first draw a line segment of length 10 centimeter and find the midpoint and mark that the midpoint of both the sections. For that, first we are drawing the line segment AB as 10 centimeter, midpoint O, so AO is equal to 5 centimeter. Again midpoint of AO, that is C. So from A to C, that will come 2.5 centimeter, half of 5. Whatever the measurement you are taking, half of that will be the midpoint of that line segment. Again half, that will be the first part. Now you have to draw a perpendicular from these 2 points by using the protractor, 90-degree line here downwards and one is on upward. Now from here 1.5 centimeter down, just mark the point F. 1.5 centimeter this one. CF as 1.5 centimeter. Then join to this end point of the line segment AF. Take AF as the radius. This is the radius. F as the center. Draw an arc. That will pass through the center. Same way, E as the center. Draw an arc with the same radius. Now we can see the waves that is less than or smaller than the semicircle. So this is the wave. For that, first you have to draw a line segment of 10 centimeter. Mark the point O, AO, which is equal to 5 centimeter. Again this is 2.5 centimeter. From there 1.5 centimeter. Join this one or take that AF as the radius, F as the center, draw the semicircle or the arc, and same way E as the center, this is the distance, same radius. You will get the wavy curve that is less than semicircle. So this is the answer of the second question with a different measurement, that means AB as 10 centimeter. Here the third question, that also less than the semicircle. For that, first we have to draw a line segment AB of 4.5 centimeter. We need half 0.5 centimeter at the center, so 4.5 centimeter you have to take first. Then from both the edge, from A to C, that is 2 centimeter, B to D, that also 2 centimeter. Then mark the midpoint of that 2 centimeter, that means 1 centimeter. AE is equal to BF is equal to 1 centimeter. Draw a line, perpendicular line through these 2 points E and F, and EG is equal to EH, all this that is 2 centimeter. Mark a point on that line up and down with 2 centimeter distance. Then take the compass and AG, this is the radius, AG as the radius. So you can keep the compass on that point G and A, this is the radius. Draw a curve that will pass through C like the same way, and from I also. Like the same way from down, from J, when you are drawing the arc, it will come over here from H. Now we are getting the shape, I shape, and we have to remove all these dotted lines, unwanted letters, all that from there, and we will get the I shape. So after removing all the unwanted letters, lines and that all, we will get the exact I shape. Make that center little darker and big small circle. So in the shape. So for that, first we are drawing a line segment of 4.5 centimeter. that we can mark as AB. Then from here 2 centimeter, mark the point C. From this side 2 centimeter, mark that as D. Then through this C and from DB, this is 2 centimeter, AC that also 2 centimeter. Find the midpoint. That here F, here that point is E. Then through F and through E, just draw a perpendicular line using the protractor. And then in this line, here we have to take 2 centimeter up. Mark the point I. Here the point G. Down, that is H. Here J. 2 centimeter. Then take AG, this distance as the radius. From G, draw a arc. It will go like this way. Same from H as the center, same radius. Draw an arc like the same. Without changing the compass radius, draw an arc. It will come over like the same way. I as the center, that will come like the same. Now remove all other lines and make the center little darker. Then you will get the eye shape. Use the correct measurement. Squares and rectangles. Here rectangle, we know that the opposite sides are equal in length. In the case of rectangle, opposite sides are equal in length. These two are equal in length and this also equal in length. Also all the angles are 90 degree. We know the angle in each corner, that is 90 degree. Same way there in the case of square, all angles are 90 degree, but all here square means all sides are also equal. All sides are equal and the angles are 90 degree, then we can say that quadrilateral is a square. Now, which of the following is not a name for this square? PQSR. This is not the name of that square. When we are writing the name of a quadrilateral, always start, you can start from any letter but go in clockwise or anti-clockwise. If you are starting from here, PQRS. From here, QRSP. Or the opposite direction also we can take. If you are starting Q, QPSR. So this all correct except this one. Here they have taken PQ and SR. We cannot break the order. PQRS supposed to come. So this first one is not the name of this figure. Here figure it out. Page number 194. First question. Draw the rectangle and 4 squares configuration shown in figure 8.3 on a dot paper. Same as that we have to draw there in the dot paper. So that we can draw there in the dot line paper. This is a rectangle and the square. Square means if you are taking one dot in between. So, or joining 3 dots everywhere. Here all 4 sides with 3 dots. All 4 corners like the same way and keep the same distance. After the square, 1 dot or whatever the distance you are keeping, just keep the same distance and draw the rectangle. So equal distance from the rectangle or these squares, the same configuration, same as the test. Second question, identify if there are any squares in this collection. Use measurements if needed. If we are looking the square, we can figures, we can see that this the same all sides with the same number of dots. 1, 2, 3, 4 everywhere the same number of dots. And keep the protractor here. We can see this is 90 degree. So this is a square. Here the angle is not same. These two cases angles are not 90 degree. So these are not squares. This measurement is different. So that is the form of a rectangle. So only the square is coming the first one. Now third question. Draw at least 3 rotated squares and rectangles on a dot grid. For that, we can take any measurement. If we are taking 3 dots for the square, all sides that's supposed to be 3 dots. Here then, that also. Now we are getting a square, rotating square. Now this way again, another dot here. Distant dot, corner to corner. That also coming the same way. Now if we are taking only one dot, that means 2 dots, 1 dot at the center. So these 3 are squares, these are rectangles. So rotating figures. Constructing squares and rectangles. For that, first we have to take any measurement. Here 6 centimeter and angle supposed to be 90 degree. So keep the protractor at that starting point and 90 degree you have to mark it here. With the same measurement for square, all sides are equal. Here 6 centimeter, which means the other side, all sides supposed to be 6 centimeter. From the other point also 90 degree, that we can mark here with the same distance 6 centimeter and join. We will get a square with 6 centimeter all 4 sides and angles, all 4 angles with 90 degree. Here draw a rectangle with the sides of length 4 centimeter and 6 centimeter. After drawing, check if it satisfies both the rectangle properties. For that, first we can draw a line segment of 6 centimeter. And angle supposed to be from here and here, that is 90 degree. So use the protractor to mark that 90 degree. Keep the center at that end point and mark 90 degree. Then join that points. Same way, the starting point also 90 degree. Now here this side is 6 centimeter and breadth we need only 4 centimeter. So take 4 centimeter in your compass and you can draw the arc or by using the scale. 4 centimeter till here. So this side also 4 centimeter. You can take that 4 centimeter in your compass. And mark that arc from here by the same way. Take 4 centimeter in your compass and then mark that. Then join the points. Now we can give the name A, B, C, D and each angle that is 90 degree. This side is 4 centimeter, this also 4 centimeter, opposite side that is 6 centimeter. So length of these two sides with 6 centimeter, these two with 4 centimeter. Rectangles property, first property, opposite sides are equal. Second property, all angles are 90 degree. So both the properties that satisfies. Second question, a rectangle with a 10 centimeter length. First you have to draw the line segment ST with a 10 centimeter. Use the protractor to mark 90 degree and then take 2 centimeter on this line. This we will get dotted line, you can mark it and mark here 2 centimeter. After that you can rub it here. Here also the same way and join these 2 points. We will get a rectangle with both the properties. First property, opposite sides are equal in length, and second property, all the angles are 90 degree. So we can write the properties also here in both the figures. Opposite sides measurement are equal and all angles 90 degree. Here also the same way, opposite sides ST is equal to UV is equal to 10 centimeter, SV is equal to U is equal to 2 centimeter and all angles that is equal to 90 degree. Third question, is it possible to construct a four-sided figure in which all angles are 90 degree? If all angles are 90 degree, which means that will come straight lines, opposite sides are the same way, parallel. Now opposite sides are not equal. If opposite sides are not equal, one it will come like the same way. So we can write that not possible. Is it possible? So not possible. Not possible to construct such type of quadrilateral. Here, breaking rectangles. Construct a rectangle that can be divided into 3 identical squares as shown in the figure. For that, we have to take the measurement. If the side is 3, for example, 3 centimeter, then 3 times of that we have to take here. So, 3 plus 3 plus 3. That means 9 centimeters this line segment. Then we can see here this divide into 3 equal parts. This 3 centimeter breadth, that also 3 centimeter is a square. So 3 identical squares you will get. If you are taking here 2 centimeter, 3 times of that, 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 centimeter we have to take here. For that, first we have to draw a line segment AB. 3 plus 3 plus 3, that means 9 centimeter. And after 3 centimeter, mark another point C, here D. Then this side also 3 centimeter. Using protractor, draw the perpendicular lines. And then after joining the top, we will get 3 squares. All are equal in length. All sides are equal in length. Now the first square, second square, third square. That means the rectangle. If you are considering this one ABEF, ABEF is a rectangle, but that we can divide into 3 identical squares with all sides are equal. This side 3 centimeter, this one 3 centimeter, this 3, here also 3. Like the same way, all 3. So if we are considering together, that will be a rectangle of length 9 centimeter and breadth 3 centimeter. Here for constructing a square within a rectangle. For that, first you have to take 8 centimeter the straight line, a rectangle with 8 centimeter length and 4 centimeter width. Then from here you have just take 2 centimeter. If you are marking A, B, here C, D. This is 2 centimeter. This also 2 centimeter. All together 8 centimeter. So 2 plus 2, 4. The remaining 4 it will come CD. 4 centimeter. And this side already it's given 4 centimeter. This side also 4 centimeter. So we are getting a square within a rectangle, inside the rectangle. Here that show there in the figure such that the center of the square is same as the center of the rectangle. So we have to show that the center of the square is same as the rectangle. For that we have to draw the diagonals. Here we can see from one corner to the other corner. When we are joining, by a dotted line. Same way here also. This corner to the other corner. This diagonal will intersect here. So that is the midpoint. Diagonals intersect each other. That is the midpoint of the rectangle. If you are drawing the same way the diagonal for that square, that also will pass through the same point. So we can see this point, the same center for the square. When we are drawing the diagonals for the square and the rectangle, all it is passing through the point. So we can write here such that the center of the square is same as the center of the rectangle. Here ABCD is the rectangle with AB as 8 centimeter and AP is 2 centimeter, BQ also 2 centimeter, and this part 4 centimeter. Breadth of the rectangle and square both, that is 4 centimeter. Now when we are total 8 centimeter, when we are removing this 2 centimeter from both the side, we will get the square at the center. Now to find the center, draw the diagonal from corner to corner. Dotted line here and also these two lines that will intersect at this point. Same way for the square also. Square is PQRS. There also you have to draw the diagonal. And we can see that also passing through the center O. So for the rectangle and the square having the same center. Here the second question. Following squares. Make sure that the squares are aligned the way they are shown. So we can see this length is 4 centimeter. This also 4 centimeter. Everywhere 4 centimeter. So all three squares are equal in length. Each side is a square of 4 centimeter. Of side is 4 centimeter. And also we can see the angles are 90 degree everywhere. So we can write that these all three squares are following both the conditions of the square. Sides are equal and angles are equal. Now next one here, square of 7 centimeter, then 5 centimeter, then 3 centimeter. To construct that, first we have to take 7 centimeter as the side. Then from here when you are extending, take 5 centimeter. From the top extending with 3 centimeter. Now following squares, for that first we have to draw a line segment 7 centimeter and then make the square with 90 degree here with the protractor 90 degree and 7 centimeter. Then extend this line 5 centimeter to right side. Again from here that is 90 degree, 5 centimeter, this also 5 centimeter. Join these points again from extend that line 3 centimeter more. From here 90 degree, we will get the square of 3 centimeter here. This is square of 5 centimeter, square of 7 centimeter. So all these three squares, following squares are following both the properties of the square. All sides are equal in length. Here all sides are 5 centimeter, here all sides are 3 centimeter. And all angles are 90 degree. Third question, shading. Construct this. Choose measurement of your choice. We can make a square of length 6 centimeter or 8 centimeter. And divide that square into 4 equal parts. Each portion again divide into 4 equal parts. First a square of length, any length, 4 or 6 centimeter, that divide into 4 equal parts. Again each portion divide into 2 equal parts. 4 equal parts, same way, like the same way. Then from one corner to corner we have to shade it. Each square, this is outer, that is a square, so all this small quadrilateral, that also will be a square. So we can shade the diagonal part, one part of that triangle, or divide that square into two triangles by drawing the corner to corner this point line segment, and then shade it. So we can complete the same. For that, draw a line segment of 8 centimeter. So first we can construct the square of side 8 centimeter, 90 degree the angle, and then divide that square into 4 equal parts. Again divide each one into 4 equal parts. So each one it will come 2 centimeter. Total this side is 8 centimeter. Then we have to take 2 centimeter here. Here also 2 centimeter. Same way everywhere, and join the line. Then we can join corner to corner here. Then according to that, each shade, by looking that we can shade it. Keep this side square as empty without drawing or shading, then we will get the same design. Now we can see the same way. This part we have to keep that as empty, and this square also, the remaining quarter or that triangle side, we can shade it. Question number 4. Square with a hole. Observe the circular hole in the same as the center of the square. We have to make the center of the square same as the center of the circle. For that, first we can make a square of side 5 centimeter. So all sides are equal and angles 90 degree. Now we have to find the center of the square. For that, draw the diagonals, one corner to other corner by dotted line. Here also the same way, opposite corners. So we will get the point, the intersecting point, that will be the center of the square. So we can rub that lines, dotted lines after marking the center. Now we have to draw a circle here at the center of the square. So we got the center of the square, and that point as the center, take any radius. For example, if we are taking 1.5 centimeter in your compass and draw a circle, we will get the circle at the center of the square with the same center. Take the radius as 1.5 centimeter and make a circle here. Radius or CP. So AB is equal to BC is equal to all sides, that is 5 centimeter. Then draw the diagonal, intersecting points of that diagonals, that will be the center of the square. Then C as the center, radius, we mark CP, is equal to 1.5 centimeter. Then draw the circle. Then we can remove that, rub it all that lines. So we will get the square and circle with the same center. Question number 5. Squares with more holes. 4 squares, small squares are here. So we have to take the measurement as 8 centimeter each side. 8 centimeter. So we will get each small square, that is 4 centimeter. This side also 8 centimeter. This is 4 centimeter. Divide like that way, 4 squares with 4 centimeter. And to get the center, we have to draw the diagonal of that each square. So we will get the center of that square. Then that is the center. Take 1 or 1.2 centimeter as the radius. Draw the circle. Same way in all 4 squares. For that, first we are drawing the square of sides 8 centimeter. All sides are equal, that with 8 centimeter. AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. Everywhere 8 centimeter and angles are 90 degree. That is the outer square. Then dividing that into 4 small squares with 4 centimeter. Mark the midpoint of that 8 centimeter here and here. Join. Same way here also. So we are getting 4 small squares with the side 4 centimeter. Next we have to find the center of that square. So each one. So just draw a small dotted line, the diagonals from one corner to the other corner. So the intersecting point of that diagonal, that will be the center of the square. From here, take in a compass with 1.2 or 1.3 centimeters the radius, make a circle. This point as the center, make a circle. The same way we have to draw in all other squares also. And after that we can remove that dotted lines. By drawing the diagonals, we can mark the centers of each square. Just by dotted line, that's enough. Then take 1.2 centimeter in your compass. Same way, all 3 squares we can make the circle. Now we got all 4 squares with the 4 centimeter, that is with the circle. So square with the mark holes. Now we can remove all these lines, dotted lines, rub it, erase it, and then we will get that side picture. This question, square with curves. This is a square with 8 centimeter side length. So first we have to construct a square of side 8 centimeter. For that, first we have to construct a square of length or of side 8 centimeter. Everywhere 8 centimeter. ABCD is a square of side 8 centimeter. Then mark the midpoint of these 2 sides and then extend this line from here to here 4 centimeter more. That means EF as 4 centimeter, GH also 4 centimeter. After that, this distance from B to H, that as the radius we have to take in our compass. 4 centimeter we extended from there, take this distance as the compass and draw an arc that we can see passing through the points B and C. Same way from E also. From all sides the same way we have to do. Then we will get. Here also we have to take the point, midpoint, and extend 4 centimeter up and down and then draw the same way the arc. So for all 4 sides we have to extend 4 centimeter and draw the same way the arc. That will pass through the corners of the square. Everywhere 4 centimeter we have to extend. E, F, G, H, I, J here. And then after that we can remove this or erase these lines. Here first we construct a square of, you have to construct a square of 8 centimeter. Then find the midpoint of that square or all 4 sides and then extend 4 centimeter. Now this side is 4 centimeter. Extend 4 centimeter to right side, left side, top and here bottom. All 4 sides we have to extend. Then take this hypotenuse at a right angle triangle here we are getting and take the hypotenuse, that length in your compass, and here this point as the center, draw an arc. Same way Here this as the center, draw this arc, and E as the center here, draw this one, I as the center, draw this arc. Then erase these lines. All these lines, we will get the exact picture same as the textbook. Exploring diagonals of rectangles and squares. From one vertex to the other vertex, the line segment drawing from one vertex to the other vertex, that is called the diagonal. Here from Q to S, QS or SQ, and PR, same line, we can say that as RP. These are the two diagonals of this rectangle. These two lines are called diagonals of the rectangle. To construct a rectangle in which one of the diagonals divides the opposite angles into 60 degree and 30 degree. For that, we can here first draw a line segment, and by using the protractor, this angle we can make that as 90 degree. And this side with the 60 degree using the protractor. First we have to draw a perpendicular line from the point B, and from here 60 degree. These two lines intersecting at this point C. Join BC, and from there again perpendicular to D, and 30 degree from this line, that will be perpendicular to D, AD. Here the question, construct a rectangle in which one of the diagonals divides the opposite angles into 50 degree and 40 degree. For that, first we have to draw a line segment AB of 4 cm. Then from B, 90 degree we have to mark. Rectangles, all angles are 90 degree. So just 90 degree we can mark it here. And join that point B and that 90 degree here. Then again from A, 50 degree. According to the question, one of that angle is 50 degree. 50 degree from 0, 10 to this one, the 50 degree. Mark that and join that also. Now we got this angle as 50 degree, this as 90 degree, and this is the point C. Now this angle A is supposed to be 90 degree, total as 90 degree. Here already we took 50 degree. Then angle A as 90 degree, so we can mark that as here. And by using the scale, join the dots. Now total, that is 90 degree, this already 50 degree, the remaining that will be 40 degree. Or from here we can take 40 degree. Now from here we have to make the straight line to here. That by using the protractor we can measure the angle. Now this ABCD is the required rectangle in which one of the diagonals divide the opposite angles into 50 degree and 40 degree. So we can erase the remaining part of these lines. For the construction, first we have to draw a line segment AB as 4 cm and angle B as 90 degree. Then this angle, that means BAC as 50 degree. Angle BAC as 50 degree. This angle as 50 degree. Again keep the protractor here. Angle A total, that is 90 degree. Angle A is equal to 90 degree, or this angle we can take from here, that is 40 degree. When you are drawing the angle 50 degree and this 90 degree intersect at C, and this is the perpendicular line, you can join from this point to here with the same distance. Now the second question. In the first question, one of the diagonals divides the opposite angles into 50 and 40. Second question, one of the diagonals divides the opposite angles into 45 degree and 45 degree. Same way we have to draw first line segment PQ, that is 4 centimeter, and from both the edges we can mark that as Q. Angle Q is equal to 90 degree here. Same way from P also 90 degree. Then by using the scale we can join these points Q and the dot 90 degree point. Same way from P also. Now this angle is 90 degree. We have to make one of the opposite diagonals divides the opposite angles into 45 and 45. So keep the protractor at P and mark that 45 degree. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 and before 50 the mid line here, that is 45 degree. And join from here this point from P. This intersecting point PQR. So now this angle is 45 degree. This also 45 degree because all together that is 90 degree. So this one is 45, this also 45 degree. So divided into 45 and 45. Now we can join these lines together through R. Take the distance QR near compass. Same way from P. Same distance. Rectangle opposite sides are equal. Then join these 2 points. R, S, T. You are measuring, you can see that it's a correct 4 centimeter. So opposite sides are equal. And this angle is 90 degree. This is 45. This also 45. So second question was draw the rectangle such that one of the diagonals divides the opposite angles into 45 degree and 45 degree. Here the second part of that question, what do you observe about the sides? Here we can see if we are measuring the sides, all sides are equal in length. This side also 4 centimeter. Correct, 4 centimeter. So all sides what we got, that is 4 centimeter. So here we can see all sides are equal in length. PQ is equal to QR is equal to QT is equal to PT. All is equal to 4 centimeter. Third question, construct a rectangle, one of whose sides is 4 centimeter and the diagonal of length 8 centimeter. For that, first we have to draw the line segment AB, that is 4 centimeter. And using the protractor, angle A and B, 90 degree. We can join that. Then here one of whose side is 4 centimeter, that already we have taken, and rectangles are, all the angles are 90 degree. These two angles we mark that as 90 degree. Again the diagonal of length 8 centimeter. So take in a compass 8 centimeter. 8 centimeter, and from here, from the point A, mark an arc. So we can see that arc is, it will intersect that line if we are extending little more. So this intersecting point, that is C. So 8 centimeter from A, this arc, same way from B also. 8 centimeter we have to mark. That is the point A, B, C, D. Now we can join C and D. ABCD is the required rectangle. Now we can see this diagonal, that is 8 centimeter. From A, 8 centimeter we got this arc. From B, 8 centimeter we got this arc. It's also 8 centimeter. So we can write in sentence, ABCD is the required rectangle with one side 4 centimeter and diagonals of 8 centimeter. We can erase this unnecessary lines or arcs from there. Fourth question, rectangle with one side is 3 centimeter and the diagonal is of length 7 centimeter. Same way, first we have to draw a line segment of 3 centimeter and mark that 90 degree perpendicular lines we can draw. Then 7 centimeter from both the end points of that first line segment we have to draw the arc and join it. We will get the rectangle. Here first we have to draw PQ, the line segment with 3 centimeter and with protractor 90 degree, two perpendicular lines. Then take your compass, 7 centimeter as the diagonal length. So 7 centimeter. Then from Q, draw an arc on this line, and from P, the same radius here. Now we can mark these 2 points, P, Q, R, S, and join R and S. Now we will get PQRS is the required rectangle. We can by dotted line we can join this S and Q, the diagonal that is 7 centimeter, P and R, the second diagonal that also 7 centimeter. So we can write PQRS is the required rectangle with one side is 3 centimeter. That means opposite side also 3 centimeter and the diagonal of length 7 centimeter. Both the diagonals of length 7 centimeter. Next is points equidistant from two given points. Construct a house. For that, first we are drawing the rectangle, 3 sides. Square, not rectangle, square, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Here the door, that is 2 centimeter and 1 centimeter rectangle here. And from there 5 centimeter take near compass and draw an arc here. From C also another arc that will intersect the point. That point we can mark as A. Then join AB, AC and take suitable radius from A. Join B and C through an arc. So we will get the house diagram like the same way. Here the first question, construct a bigger house in which all the sides are of length 7 centimeter. So for that, first we have to draw a line segment DE as 7 centimeter. And also after that from the end points D and E we have to construct 90 degree perpendicular. And that is same as 7 centimeter. This is 7 centimeter. So this also, so this side also 7 centimeter. All 3 sides with 7 centimeter. So we can split that as here 3 centimeter from E, mark that as Q. From D 3 centimeter, mark that as P. So 3 plus 3 6 and plus 1 centimeter, total 7 centimeter that side. And from here PS is equal to 2 centimeter. Join. So you will get this part. Now we have to find the point A. For that same radius, that 7 centimeter, draw an arc from C as the center and also from B. That is the point A. this intersecting point. From there we can join that B. B and C. Now we have to get an arc. For that, from A we have to draw an arc. Same way. So we can write this is the required figure with 7 centimeter of all sides of length 7 centimeter. Here this side 7, here 7, 7, this also 7 centimeter. We can erase the orchestra part of that arc and we will get the exact picture of that bigger house. Second question, try to recreate a person, wavy wave, eyes from the section of artwork using the ideas involved in the house construction. That already we did the same thing, we can repeat. Same thing what we did it before, a person and wavy wave with a different radius and different way. Here that semicircle, here less than that. And eyes also, same as it, that through arcs we can make this all the things, artwork. Third question, is there a four-sided figure in which all the sides are equal in length but not a square? If such figure exists, can you construct it? For that, first we have to draw a line and mark AB as 5 centimeter on that line. Now 60 degree from both the points, 60 degree we can mark it here. This is 60 degree. From A also 60 degree. So we are getting the angle that is 60 degree here. This angle is 60 degree, this also 60 degree. Now take your compass, 5 centimeter in your compass and mark on that line from B and A. Here we are getting 2 points that we can mark, that is C and D. Join CD. Here we can see angle A is 60 degree, not 90 degree. But all sides are equal. We know that the properties of a square is all sides are equal and all angles supposed to be 90 degree. Here all sides are equal, angle is not equal to 90 degree. So we can write ABCD is a four-sided figure with all sides are equal in length but not a square.